let's play a bit with the BLE add-on now with this force demo. So, okay, the idea here is to check, thanks to the specific part number WB05N, which is part of WB0 family, the specific network processor, how to add BLE to an existing application. For this today, first during this session, we will see first what is a network processor with some reminders on what is a network processor, especially the two options, full stack versus controller only. And then, of course, today we will demonstrate how to use this network processor WB05N together with a third-party Bluetooth stack. Here we will use Zephyr. For this, we will use still STBLE Toolbox application. Of course, we need the expansion board for the WB5N, X-Nucleo WB05KN1. You got the full description on st.com, of course. This is the expansion board for this specific network processor. And here, in case of a BLE add-on, of course, we need a BLE host. In BLE host, we selected the Nucleo U5, STM32 U5. Here, of course, we could have selected any other host. We selected the Nucleo U5 thanks to the availability of the Arduino connector that are also available on this expansion board. And here, on this U5, we will run the Zephyr. Zephyr is available almost for all STM32. All STM32 are supported by Zephyr. So we selected U5. So let's start. What is first a network processor? To remember, since the beginning, for whatever, the peer-to-peer server, the beacon, but the periodic advertising with response as well, we use the application processor system on chip standalone mode architecture. That means the STM32 WB0 running both application code and BLE stack in a standalone mode. That's the basic use case and the typical use case. Whatever WB05, 09, 07, 06. Then there is also, and Yvon already showed you at the beginning, that we have this radio coprocessor mode. In this case, we still use a WB0 that is handling the whole BLE communication, but you got your main application running on a host MCU, and here you implement your own protocol or simply push some useful data over UART. This is the radio processor. Now, we will speak about the network processor. Here, the network processor, this is a specific part number WB05N. In this case, this is a kind of black box in the sense that ST deliver you the binary to run on the WB05N. That means that you don't have to take care about the firmware running on WB05N. You don't have to invest on software side, on the software running on WB05N. You simply use it as it is. Of course, we provide the documentation for the UART or SPI communication. Here there is two options. It can be HCI. In this case, we are talking about standard command defined by the Bluetooth SIG, or it could be proprietary command in case we are using the full stack. And this is the two typical use case. For the WB5N, there is two flavors. Either you use it in a full stack mode or in controller only. In case you are using it as a full stack mode, that means that in both cases, we provide the both image, but in case of full stack mode, that means that the full Bluetooth stack is running on this WB05N. And here you have some command over SPI UART to start advertising, create service, create characteristic. Okay, you receive from SPI some event to indicate disconnection, connection event, and so on. The full BLE stack is running here, but the application is running on the main host MCU. Here, it's simply to use, especially with STM32 microcontroller, because we have a X-Cube WB05N package, expansion package that is available on st.com. So easy integration thanks to this package. We are talking here about HCI and ACI proprietary command over here. As well, the second option is to use the WB5N in controller only. In controller only, in this case, in the image running on the WB5N, we have only the link layer. That means that the Bluetooth stack, the Bluetooth stack is running on host side. Here we are talking about third-party stack. It can be Zephyr. This is the one we will demonstrate together right after. But it can be BlueZ on Linux or even some, let's say, some Blue Kitchen, or there is different provider for Bluetooth stack. Here, to interface all this stack, all this third-party stack, are using standard HCI command as per definition, as per defined by the Bluetooth SIG Alliance. That means here, this is standard HCI. And we do provide for WB5N a specific image that offer this HCI interface. This is the controller only. And this is the one we will demonstrate now. To demonstrate this, we will use the Zephyr environment. As said, we use the Nucleo U5 today, plus the expansion board for WB05N, which is defined as a shield, officially defined as a shield under Zephyr. That means that if we open the Zephyr documentation, the link on this slide, okay, here I'm on the official Zephyr documentation, I can find that this expansion board has been defined as a shield under Zephyr. So you will find in this documentation some information about the pinning, because we have two options, SPI or UART. And you have as well the information on how to program, how to use this board. So this is officially supported under Zephyr. There is two options. Either we're using SPI or UART. There is no difference in terms of functionality, whatever you use UART or SPI. Of course, with UART, you consume less IOs on your product, but using SPI, you can achieve best power figures. That's the main difference. So I said this expansion board defined as a shield under Zephyr, officially supported. WB0 as a SOC will be supported later on this year under Zephyr. So here we have everything to play. So we can start. So let me open a Zephyr, my Zephyr environment. So here, this is my Zephyr environment. So I'm using VS Code, but of course you can use what you want. And if you look into the Zephyr here, it's a clone of the Zephyr upstream. We have the Zephyr/board. We have all the board here that are defined, board from different provider, including ST. And here, if we look to ST, we will find all the Nucleo board for all the families. But there is this specific folder defined by Zephyr, which is the shield folder. And under this shield folder, we can see that we have this Nucleo now, which is officially supported. And you get access here to the board overlay. You have the documentation as well, and all the configuration. So here we are for the shield, officially supported. Then Zephyr offered the possibility to offer some different sample code. Today, of course, we will build the Bluetooth sample code. There is many sample code available. We will use a basic one for this demo. We will use the peripheral heart rate. We will use the peripheral heart rate that is available here. So go back to the slide before building. So first, I said I need to prepare my WB05N. So to prepare my WB05N, first, this is my camera on the desk. On my desk, I got a Nucleo U5 board on which I plug this WB05N expansion board. So I plug into Arduino kit. Now, before I flash my WB05N thanks to the controller image. So if I open the Xcube, I downloaded from st.com the Xcube WB05N package, so the one mentioned in the previous slide. And if I look into the utility subfolder, I got two subfolders. One with DTM, direct test mode. So this is the network processor image in case we are using full mode, update SPI or UART. But we have the same for controller only. We have the controller only version with SPI or with UART. In my case, I flash the DTM SPI with updater. DTM SPI image, controller only. So this one is already flashed. So now I need to build my Zephyr sample code accordingly. So I will use the command as per definition of the Zephyr documentation. So I will use the West utility to build. West build, name of the board, Nucleo U5. And I need to define my expansion board as a shield, -- shield, Xnucleo WB05KN1 underscore SPI. I'm use the SPI variant here to address my WB5N. And then I want to build which sample called the peripheral heart rate. So let's do it right now. So okay, I will do. Okay, so I will simply call the West build command dashboard Nucleo U5 -shield WB5N SPI and peripheral heart rate sample code. So build is ongoing. During this build, I connected my Nucleo U5 board to my laptop. So it takes a few tenths of seconds to build this Zephyr sample code. Okay. In the meantime, to ease visibility, I will also connect my smartphone to mirror my screen. It will ease the test. Okay. Looks my laptop is a bit overloaded because it takes some time to build. Okay. Okay. Configuring done. So it's ongoing. Sorry if it takes so long. I may have too much things open on my laptop. Okay, build is ongoing. So in a real use case, we are most probably here falling once again in the demo effect. In the real use case, it should take around 30 seconds to build in a, let's say, in a standard laptop. Of course, you can use you can even use a Linux machine. It's what from our checks, it's even faster. Okay, link is ongoing, so we are close to the end. Okay, so once we are done with the build, we can flash our board. So simply call the utility West Flash. And here I will open my camera. Okay, Flash is ongoing. One more time here, I can see some activities here indicated that the download is in progress. There is some ST-Link activity. And the Flash is done. Now, it's time to check behavior using my smartphone. Okay, I'm mirroring the screen in parallel to his visibility. Okay, I will open once again the ST-BLE toolbox. This time there is a dedicated icon for the Zephyr Heart Rate. Why? Because remember our demo with peer-to-peer server. Here we are talking about standard profile, so immediately recognized as a standard by the ST-BLE toolbox app. And then there is different service on it, and I can open the heart rate service, and you can see that everything is working as expected. I can receive the heart rate monitoring here on this application. Here, of course, there is no sensor, heart rate sensor on this board, and data are emulated. Okay. As you can see, thanks to this support, to the official support of the WB5N under Zephyr, we have been able to use this WB5N as a controller in a very easy manner. With Zephyr, it's quite easy because it's already supported. And as you can see, we didn't open any code for WB05N. We simply used the provided binary image. We did it for the Zephyr, so controller only version, but of course there is as well the possibility to use it as a full stack mode in case you are using STM32, using the STM32Cube environment as a host, plus this Xcube Nucleo WB5N, and you can directly use it. And the entry point for this is the Nucleo WB05N software package, firmware package that is available on st.com.